Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are reviewing a 2025 Chevy Colorado Z71 in this new sunrise orange color. Let's get into it. Before we get started, I would like to give a special shout out to Rusty Drewing Chevrolet here in Jefferson City, Missouri for allowing me time with this vehicle. Please reach out to Evan for all your vehicle needs. Powering this 2025 Chevy Colorado Z71 is a 2.7 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine producing 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Starting in the front here, we do have the black Chevy logo with the Z71 emblem there in the grille. So on the Z71, the color matched front end here. I know on the Trail Boss that is all black plastic. We get LED tail lights, and here's our fog lights here, and we still get recovery hooks. But we just get a plastic skid plate underneath there. Then coming around to the driver's side, we have these just standard 265 R18 wheels and tires. These are more street tires than the Trail Boss, which you will kind of get those all-terrain off-road tires, as well as a 2-inch lift from the factory on the Trail Boss. So this is more of a daily driver, not so much for off-roading. You'll see here we just have the standard independent front suspension in there. Let me come around to the side here. We have these gray mirrors and then the chrome Colorado badge there. No rock rails on this vehicle. As I mentioned, it's not really an off-road vehicle. Then we have just the standard gas cap here, capless fueling. We get a Z71 sticker there, bed step on the side, these taillights that wrap around, another Colorado badge here, then no Z71 badge on the back, but we do have the Chevrolet stamped in the tailgate. Then we have an actual black rear bumper here with the parking sensors, trailer hookups. Here's our trailer hitch there. This does tow around 7,700 pounds, which is best in class for the Colorado. So you can tow quite a bit with this vehicle. Tailgate is dampened. Slowest opening tailgate on the market. We have this mountain scene in the grill, and then we still get our ruler and storage. This is always pretty cool for the Colorados, and that does have a drain in it as well, so you could put drinks, etc. in there. It's tough to close with one hand. Really got to push down to get this locked. This one does not have the bed liner in it, but you will see we get 2 tie downs there. To be honest, also you'll kind of see this. It almost looks like a weld mark here. It's really interesting, to be honest. Might bring that up when we take this thing back. And then we do get power there. So there is the tailgate. Super light. And then back here, these are just on standard leaf springs in the back here. So now let's take a look at the sticker here. So this like as I mentioned, the 2025 Colorado Z71 2.7 liter Turbo Max. Let's see what kind of options we have. Actually, there are no options on this vehicle. So this is a completely standard Z71 Colorado. We'll see our fuel economy here. 17 city, 21 highway, 19 combined. Not too bad. Daily driving, I think you could get a little more than 21 on the highway, from what I've been seeing. So yeah, the standard vehicle price, $43,800. After destination, $45,395. Not too bad for today's market. You know, this truck, this is the exhaust back here also, I forgot to mention. 8.9 inches of ground clearance in the front here. Colorado, the Trail Boss, which people kind of compare this to, gets about 9.5 because we have that 2-inch factory lift. Let me know what you all think of this sunrise orange color. This is new to 2025. Definitely unique. In my opinion, this would look really good with, you know, maybe black wheels and black badging. I think that's probably what I would do if I were to buy this vehicle. But let's go ahead and take a look at the interior here. So you'll see, unique to the Z71 is this red stitching that we get throughout the interior. We do have soft finishes down here. This is just hard plastic, then just kind of standard door controls here. We have a little pocket on the side and then one spot for a cup holder. So not a whole lot of storage in the door, but you will be able to fit a couple things in there. Going to the seats, these are cloth seats, but we do get the red kind of accents throughout and kind of this digital camo in the middle. They are power seats as well. And then we do get a trailer brake controller there. And this is just for our interior lighting. Standard pedals, manually adjustable steering wheel. And then to the Colorados, we always get these round air vents, and you'll see more of this red stitching, hard plastic upper dash there. And then getting inside here, we do get this pretty nice leather wrapped steering wheel with this kind of red stitching throughout. I really do like that. You know, just kind of something different than kind of standard wiper and blinker controls there. There's our engine start stop. And then there is our gauge cluster. And maybe we'll turn that down. It's pretty warm today. Started this thing cranking. So taking a look at the gauge cluster, you know, on our steering wheel here, we do have these options. This is just regular cruise control on this side. This side, let's see here. So you kind of customize this as you see here. And then this button right here, this actually changes your different layouts on the gauge cluster. You still get the Google option as well as the off-road screen. We'll just kind of leave it in this digital mode here. Moving to the infotainment screen, I think it's an 11.3 inch infotainment screen. Not bad. I do like the layout of these Colorado screens. We'll check out the cameras here. So on this one, we do just get the rear view camera, and we also get the kind of trailer hookup camera. That is all we get in this Z71. Standard, no options. I think there's a technology package you can choose that will get you the surround cameras. Moving down to the physical buttons here, dual climate control, and we get heated seats. Then this is just your standard climate options. 2 long vents in the middle here. And then down here we get the windows down button, the auto start stop, lane keep assist, and 1 auxiliary button. We do get wireless charging and 2 USB ports there. Standard shifter with the red stitching. That's always nice. And also standard in the Z71 is this 2-speed transfer case. We do get auto, 4-wheel drive auto, and then 4 high, 4 low, and our regular 2-wheel drive. Let's see what kind of drive modes we get in this thing. So we do get an off-road mode, a tow haul, terrain, and normal. So quite a few different modes actually for this standard Z71. Then down here we have our parking brake, 2 cup holders with a little slot for your phone. Center console has the red stitching as well as 2 cup holders right there. Console pretty tiny. We do get this little tray, to be expected in a mid-sized truck. Looking across to the passenger side, more red stitching in this cloth kind of trim here. And then that is the passenger side. Now let's hop in and see how much room we have in the back. All right, taking a look at the back seat here. All right, taking a look at the back seat here. This door does seem a little smaller, not as much storage. Really just 1 cup holder and a little bitty slot right there. You can maybe shove your wallet or phone in there. And then looking at the back seat, we'll hop in here. There is no pocket on the back of the driver's seat. However, we do get these rear vents. It's always nice to see USB chargers back here. As I always say, I am 5'11", and I have this seat set about to where I'm at. Do have just a couple inches. My knees are not touching, but they are close. And no rear pull down armrest, and then just a manual window in the back. And then this is the view from the back seat. Now we'll hop in and take this thing for a spin. All right, and we are off in the 2025 Colorado Z71. Start this thing up. So let's talk about price a little bit. So this thing retails for about $45,000. Sad to say, but that's pretty good price in as far as today's market goes. Yeah, you can get a ZR2 for about 52 to 53 depending on the options. But this thing, if you're looking for a daily driver that gets decent fuel economy, rides relatively smooth, and has a pretty simple interior but really has everything you need, then I would take a look at this ZR2. And we get blind spot monitoring in our mirrors here, which are a little small, but that's okay. And then we'll see how this thing rides on just kind of standard suspension, leaf springs in the back. You know, the biggest upgrade going from this to the ZR2 obviously is the off-road capability, bigger tires, higher lift. But I'd say the biggest difference is the Multimatic DSSV suspension you get in the ZR2. That thing just rides so well, and it feels like you're floating the entire time. Acceleration, not terrible in this, for this 2.7 liter engine. One thing I will say, it is super quiet. This thing rides relatively smooth. After driving the ZR2, honestly, there's no comparison between this and the ZR2. But it's still a pretty smooth ride, especially on the highway. Handles pretty well also. I will say one plus to this Z71 to the ZR2 is the visibility out of the front. The ZR2 kind of has that hump in the hood. Usually it's black, and you know, this does not have that, so you can see out of the front a lot better. Turning radius really good in this truck. This thing would be super easy to park, and like I said, has everything you need on the interior. Seats are comfortable. You know, the one knock on most Chevy products is just the firmness of the seats. Don't really compare to let's say know, seats in a Ford F-150 or Ford Ranger, but you know, they're fine. And we get heated seats. You know, the ride is good. Not to mention this orange color is pretty cool. People will definitely see you coming, that's for sure. You just get a standard rear view mirror as well. Like I said, overall, you know, you get better fuel economy in this vehicle than the ZR2. The ZR2 is rated at 17 combined. You know, this is at 19. So take that how you will. But I think you would get better fuel economy. I think that gap's larger than what Chevy lets on between the Z71 and the ZR2. You know, you are sitting about 2 inches lower than the ZR2. So, like I said, this thing rides pretty good. You know, if it were me, I would probably take a look at the Trail Boss. This gives you that 2-inch lift gives you a little more aggressive of a look, and the trail boss is actually Chevy ranks out with the same fuel economy as the Z71. Not sure I believe that, because the trail boss does sit about 1 inch higher than this. But overall, we take a look at the gauge cluster. Nice, crisp. Infotainment screen is at the perfect eye level here. It's large. You'll have a lot of options in here as well. A little bit laggy, but honestly, everything I've seen most of these infotainment screens are. Let me know what you all think of this 2025 Colorado Z71. I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about this truck. It's always the Trail Boss, or obviously the ZR2 looks a lot cooler, but this thing get the job done. You have nice red accents in here, gives a little flavor on the interior. This interior does feel nicer than a Trail Boss, which is just completely black. Even the steering wheel, we get these red accents on here. So it does everything a truck does, and like I said, it tows almost 1,700 more pounds than the ZR2. Payload is better on this thing. So if you're doing truck things and are looking for a daily driver, I would take a look at the Z71 or the Trail Boss. They're very similar. The Trail Boss is, has a little more plastic on the front too, and it's not color matched. So as always, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. We will see you guys next time.